Albert Einstein, and I know this is so weird, like where the fuck does Albert Einstein come in from? But just hear me out, hear him out. He once said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again while expecting different results. I feel like so many startup content creators, I'm gonna call you out guys, is doing the same thing over and over again and being like, it's the algorithm's fault that I'm not improving, it's YouTube's fault. Honey, it's not. And obviously, while I call you out, I'm here to help. I want to see you succeed. I want you to avoid the mistakes that I have already made with a channel with less than 1,000 subscribers. If this is your first time tuning in, hi, my name is Sine, and I help startup YouTubers and content creators with getting over the edge, getting their first piece of content out, letting them be seen for who they are, with a little sprinkle of personal development, because if you don't involve, what are you doing? So without wasting any of your precious time, let's dive into these 5 mistakes that I have made with a channel with less than 1,000 subscribers. And watch till the end, because number 5 is the biggest mistake I have made. Oh my god. Mistake number 1, not watching YouTube. I honestly do not know where I had the idea from that I wanted to start a YouTube channel, because I've actually never watched a lot of YouTube. I think the idea came and I was like, you know, let's just try that out. Like, that sounds fun. When I actually started, I had no idea what I was doing because I'd never watched that much YouTube. So it kind of dwelled on me when I had launched like my first 5 or 6 videos that maybe I should start studying YouTube a little bit. In the beginning, I would actually set time off in a day to be like, okay, in this hour, I'm gonna watch YouTube. Stay out of the rabbit hole and keep your mind focused because you're there to learn. Put like 30 minutes, an hour out of your day and just study YouTube. What do other content creators do in my niche? Or get into another niche, figure out, okay, what's really trendy here and how can I translate that into my own niche? Seeing how they edit their videos, seeing what kind of intro they use, if they use an intro, look at their channels, what works, what doesn't work. If you want to create YouTube, you should start watching YouTube. That's gonna help you tremendously. Mistake number 2, making it all about yourself. For content creators and YouTubers, especially the new ones, it can be so easy to find yourself in a room in front of a camera with no one else in there, and you're just rambling. You're rambling about anything and everything. And suddenly you've talked about yourself for the last 20 minutes and you haven't even noticed because you think everything you say is super important. When you start editing your videos, and if you see responses to your videos, or maybe the lack of response kind of gives you the hint, but honey, don't talk about yourself. Do talk about yourself, but mix it in so well that people get a casual view of who you are. People on YouTube, strangers, haven't signed up for your deepest, darkest secrets. People are there to learn about themselves. They come to your video because you have some sort of value to give them. We don't search how to boil an egg and then expect the creator to just talk about themselves. No, we expect to learn how the egg is boiled. You know what I mean? Like, make it about them. Make sure that they get value from your video. That way, they're gonna keep coming back, and in that process, you can mix more and more of your personality. You don't have to tell people who you are for them to read your energy, for them to read who you are. And just a little side note, if you do vlogging, there's more room for personality because it's a more casual way of filming your content. People are still looking at your vlogs for some kind of help or tips. I'm just, in my head, I'm thinking like travel vlogs or food vlogs or a day in my life vlog. Like, we want to see what you're doing, but we also want to learn about the things you are doing. So if you can mix those two things, perfect. Mistake number 3 is not experiencing with thumbnails. In the first long period of time on my YouTube channel, I don't think I realized how fucking important a good thumbnail and title is. I was like, you know, whatever, like if I just put my face in there, people are gonna click. Yeah. We got a little smarter, and I will say this is still a process for me because it's like a whole freaking science. Whenever I tune in on like a YouTube podcast, a YouTube book, people always say that it's about psychology. And I'm like, Will someone explain the psychology to me, you know? YouTube actually just launched their own A/B testing, so you could do that directly from YouTube now with your thumbnails. You don't have to use any like plugin or anything. You could do that directly on YouTube. So I 100% recommend that. If you have like 2 or 3 different thumbnails that you want to test, definitely use the A/B testing. I've used it for a while now and I really think it's cool. You can have a 10-minute video that you think is spot on. You're amazing in this video. You go so in depth with what you're talking about. But the thing is, if people don't click on that video, how will they know? How will they ever know that what you have to say is super important? So you have to put a lot of effort into your thumbnails. I have always heard that you have to think of the thumbnail before you think of the video. Now, there are a lot of different opinions on that. The podcast I'm listening to right now, which I can definitely recommend, it's called YouTube Creators Hub by Dusty Porter, and he just goes so in depth with so many different content creators, and it's amazing to hear how so many different people have gained success on YouTube. It has helped me so much just in a very short period of time, because it's just like boom, boom, boom. All these tips and tricks is like super overwhelming, but super cool. Also, if you're more accepting of understanding that like I fucked up on my channel, I fucked up about the thumbnail, about the title, hey, don't worry, YouTube is a long process, trial and error. There are plenty of time to fix that, okay? Plenty of time. But if you can really nail the psychology in a thumbnail with a channel with less than 1,000 subscribers, you're in pretty good shape. Mistake number 4 is not having a script. Listen, I can ramble. Okay, I can talk about 100 things that are in different directions from the topic I want to talk about, because in my head, I think they're all sort of connected. But for you who might be listening, it might not be, because obviously you're not in my head. Thank God. I'm kidding. When I started my YouTube channel, I was very script focused, right? So I would have a script and I would read it almost word by word. So it was very like robotic almost, the way I came across. And like looking back, I'm like, was that me? And then I sort of pivoted. Then I was like, this doesn't work at all. I don't like the way I come across for the viewer. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So I pivoted. I tried without a script. I did not write anything but the headline. And when I was about to edit that video, it was 50 minutes long. And I was like, what have I taught? Like, I couldn't even remember what I have said. And it made it so hard to pinpoint the most important things in my video, because it was just everywhere. It didn't make any sense to me even. It wasn't even just to the viewer, it was also for me. So I actually ended up deleting that, because I was like, I can't publish this. Like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. So finding your own way in having a script is super important. Even if it's just 5 different words that just points out like this theme, this theme, this theme, that all connects to your topic. Some people thrive in the word-to-word script where they're like reading almost. And some people are able to manage their rambling without a script. I'm not. I can literally talk for hours about this. So I need a script to like keep it down a little bit. And also to tie it together with mistake number 3. If you do have a ramble video where you're literally talking for 50 minutes straight about everything and nothing, how are you going to make that into a thumbnail and title? It doesn't work that way. Like, how would you generate a title where in the video you cover 5 different topics, but the title only have to be like one thing and the thumbnail has to be one thing? Like, contain yourself, honey, is what I'm trying to say. People don't want to hear you ramble. People want to hear facts. They want to hear jokes if you're funny. They want to hear personality. They want to hear tips and tricks about whatever you're delivering on. Mistake number 5, and the biggest mistake I have made on my YouTube channel, is not niching down. When I started, I would think that if I targeted more people would come and see my content. But the thing is, honey, that's not true. Especially when you're starting a YouTube channel, especially when you're a new content creator, you have to be very specific in who you're talking to. And I love to give this example. Which one of these 3 channels do you think performs best? 1, restaurants. 2, vegan restaurants. Or 3, vegan restaurants in Miami. If you said number 3, you're correct. Now people know exactly what you're talking about. And people who are watching your video has a very specific problem. They have a specific challenge that they're looking for answers to. It's people who don't know where to eat vegan in Miami. Obviously, we're targeting a smaller group, but you know that this whole group of people will watch your content because it is so specific. And so when I started, I was very like, okay, I just want to do personal development. I just want to target like everyone because everyone needs personal development, and that's not wrong. I still believe that. But I was like, okay, well, I actually also love talking about content creation. How can I mix these two things? And I was like, okay, I love to help people who is getting past that fear of starting out on YouTube as a content creator, because that has both something to do with content creation and personal development. Boom, niched the fuck down. And it's not to say that your niche can't change, just like mine did. We have, again, YouTube, trial and error. We have to keep evolving. We have to keep trying new things out to figure out, what do I love to talk about? Who would I love to talk to? And how would that look like on my channel? Guys, let me know down below which one of these 5 mistakes impacted you the most. As always, I am super grateful that you came to hang out with me today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!